One of our greatest missions here at The Truth About Cancer is to give patients hope. A diagnosis can bring so much fear, and without the right information, you can feel hopeless and alone.
But you are not alone, and cancer is not a death sentence. In this video from our docu-series, The Truth About Cancer, A Global Quest, Dr. David Jockers talks about a foundation of faith and how it can help heal our bodies.
Stress and fear play a major role in the way our body fights disease. Let's see how.
You mentioned hope and fear, the same answer there. So talk about the importance of hope as opposed to living in fear, because I want to really focus on that, because I think from my research I've seen that one of the areas in which the traditional cancer treatments fall short is people are scared. With the cancer diagnosis, people are terrified, and they don't necessarily have to be. There is hope. So talk about the importance of hope.
Absolutely. I think, no matter where you're at in your life, it's so critical to have a faith foundation, really to have a faith foundation. And the faith foundation should be this: no matter what happens in your life, no matter what diagnosis, no matter what circumstances take place, that you are blessed, and that you are called to be prosperous and victorious. And that's the way I live my life, and I really think there's a lot of advantage in that. If you let circumstances run your life, you're going to be living in fear all day long. And when you live in fear, you're constantly overstimulating your adrenal glands. And when you do that, your body produces a lot of cortisol, a lot of stress hormone. And that stress hormone wears down your immune defense in your gut. And then your gut becomes damaged. And when your gut becomes damaged, now it creates a whole inflammatory spiral in your body. Will throw off your hormones, it'll make you crave the sugars, it'll provide a breeding ground for opportunistic infections, and you get this whole negative spiral of health effects that are going to lead you down a route to chronic disease. And so there's a huge difference between living with hope and living with a lot of love as opposed to living with fear. And so I don't think any of us will ever completely get rid of fear. I think that's just something that we're going to deal with on this planet. However, when we have this foundation of faith and we're attuned to where our mind and our emotions are going, we can constantly reconnect. And it's like flipping a switch, right? And just reconnect back to hope, back to our faithful foundation, and really bring love into the environment. And just like it says in the Bible, perfect love casts out all fear. And so the more that we can open the door to love, the less fear will control us, and the more we'll be able to move on and see miracles in our lives.
And you have seen those here at your clinic.
Oh, yeah.
Give us just one quick example of somebody that you've seen that their life has been turned around by implementing the principles that you teach here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen people reverse all different types of chronic diseases. A lot of autoimmune cases. This is an epidemic that we see in our society, whether it's autoimmune thyroid, hypo or hyper, Crohn's disease, lupus. I mean, all different types of autoimmune diseases. They're where basically the immune system is way out of whack, and we've seen people reverse that. When it comes to cancer, we've seen metastatic cases. We have one lady with breast cancer metastasized into her lymph nodes and into her liver, and now it's still there, but it's actually a lot smaller, and it's located just in her breast. So we've cut down the metastasis. We've seen a gentleman completely reverse brain cancer. In fact, we've worked with a lot of glioblastoma cases. And we've seen several of them basically go into complete remission. And so it's pretty remarkable what happens. But I think the basic foundation, the people that get the best results are the people that really have hope. They have confidence, they have faith. And the people that are driven by fear, right, and they hear about cancer, they go into fear, they're fearful for everybody around them, they're constantly focused on their diagnosis rather than the solution. Those are the people that are a lot tougher to help get well, because they are letting the circumstance or the diagnosis control them rather than having their faith foundation dominate the circumstance.
Mm. So it reminds me of Okay. It reminds me of the Bible verse that says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Yeah.
And so, I think what I really appreciate about you and many of the people that I've interviewed thus far on this series is the fact that you are pushing that information out there. You are providing knowledge for people. And as people are empowered with knowledge, that in and of itself gives them hope.
Yeah.
So, the old phrase, knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
And if you have that knowledge before a cancer diagnosis, let's say, or right after a cancer diagnosis, you're not nearly as fearful because you know that you do have good options. You have proven options, and not just the options that conventional medicine would offer. There are other natural options if someone wants to go that way. And so that's why what you're doing is so important here. And I really appreciate your time today. I got one last quote that I think that you're going to love. This is the quote from Hippocrates.
Yeah.
Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food.
Yeah.
That sounds like exactly what you're practicing here at your clinic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the food that we put in our body plays a huge role with our physiology. And so again, we want to know exactly what's going in our body and what kind of effects that food is going to have on our system. And so for me personally, if something is not a profound superfood, I really don't want to put it in my body. And what's great about the knowledge, you were talking about knowledge, the knowledge we have in today's society, right, 2014 here, is that there are a lot of superfoods and they taste good. And so I never eat anything, I'm sure you don't either, Ty, that doesn't taste amazing. It's not something, we don't eat anything that we don't fully enjoy, yet guess what? It's got tremendous health benefits to it, so it's amazing. And just to speak on that last part too, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. Really, I think it's two things. It's knowledge and vision, right? It's education and inspiration, because education is fantastic. We can have the knowledge, but we've got to be inspired. And when you're inspired and you've got the knowledge, nothing's going to stop you. Because you know what? I think this is true for most of us. If we have a vision, a compelling enough vision in our life, we'll withstand whatever pain we need to go through in order to get to that vision. And so if you have a medical diagnosis, you're struggling with your health, the most important thing you can get is a vision for where you want to go with your life. And then all the other steps, making the lifestyle changes, the nutrition changes, spending, if you have an advanced disease, you're going to spend a lot of money on testing, on advanced therapies, and that's painful, but you'll withstand the pain because you have the vision. So the vision comes first, and then you just follow it up with the knowledge, apply the strategies and the principles, and you'll be blessed on the back end.
Profound words from a profound man. I think that we could sit here probably for the rest of the day and talk about different topics all day long, and I would never be bored. But unfortunately, we got to call it quits. I thank you so much, Dr. Jockers, for spending the time with us today.
Hey, such a pleasure, Ty. Really honored to be on with you.
All right, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this video from Dr. Jockers. The Truth About Cancer Global Quest is a powerful 9-part docu-series that explores the best ways to prevent and treat cancer. We're inviting you to watch the entire series absolutely free.
Simply click the link in the description to save your spot today. Thanks so much for watching. Like and comment and let us know what you think and what was helpful. And share by clicking the button below and help us to spread the word. Thank you and God bless.